Yo, 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 it's Tuesday, so you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Marcus in the Man Cave with your boy Marcus and my beautiful, amazing co-host, Miss Janelle Mayfield. How you doing?
I am wonderful. Happy Tuesday, y'all.
Happy Tuesday. It has been first of all, before I say anything, happy belated Veterans Day to all the veterans out
To
there.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Who are serving or have served. I hope you all went out and pigged out yesterday and got all the free food that you so rightfully deserve.
Yes, I really hope you did too. I hope it was
Yeah.
delicious.
Man, Texas
What you get?
Roadhouse.
Oh,
Don't
yes.
ever.
The rolls were looking beautiful.
They don't, boy, do you see how they were double cheeked up
They
on
were-
a Monday? Did you see how them cheeks were glistening at me like that? They were trying to get in trouble. I was gonna have to go back and see the
Why?
man who made them.
What? They were really beautiful.
Boy,
They were perfect.
y'all should have seen when they put them down on the table. They jiggled. I said, "Ooh,
You're so embarrassing.
hey Rose,
Hey, Rose, please,
hey Rose."
please.
But no, I hope everybody enjoyed it. The deals were pretty good. I was just a little upset that some of the restaurants then got hip to our games. Us military guys, we start early. We try to hit multiple restaurants, so start at lunchtime. Try to hit hit out the day. A lot of them wouldn't let you call in your order anymore. You got to show up to get it. They want you to wait in the line, so that kind of sucks. Because the way I try to plan it out, I try to get my food and then get something for tomorrow. For lunch at work. Try to get some.
Black people.
But yeah, and then they done made the menu so damn short. You wanted me to eat a 6-ounce sirloin? A 6-ounce sirloin? That's a snack.
Maybe they had to watch their budget.
They got all that money. They can afford a day.
You would still eat. I mean, are they really making money like they used to?
Some of them are. The Texas Roadhouse out here stay packed.
I don't even know if
Stays
there's one
packed.
here.
No, it stays packed. So I was just a little upset about that. Well, really, what they really need to do though is make it free for a family of 4. Because what I saw was a lot of service members coming in for the deal, with their kids and stuff, but they still end up paying out of pocket. It's not like they're getting anything, and they end up using the free meal on one of the kids or something like that. Or like I saw a husband and wife out, and she was like, no, you get the free. I'll pay. Like you get the free. And he's like, nah. He's like, this meal is for you, like honey, like whatever. So I really wish they would make it a family of 4. I know that's probably going to cut into the profits, but I mean,
that's fair though.
It's hard to eat for free as a man and you watching your family have to pay. Like it's just hard to do.
If you're a good person.
Yeah. But if you're a good person. But no, it was amazing. Saw some great things of the weekend. I saw the Cowboys get demolished by the Eagles. Good job, Trevor. We knew that was coming.
I was going to say nothing.
Michael Parsons said a lot of stuff after that game. He tried to get traded. And then congratulations, New Orleans beating Atlanta. Michael. I got to troll him for that. But it was a really, really good weekend. What about you?
Mine was good. Trevor was up in DC, so it was just Zaire and I, and we really just relaxed. We did a little bit of exploring around North Carolina, our area. Ate some good food. Well, we stay within our precious community, so
okay,
we don't go too far.
All right, don't go exploring too
they
far.
was out there shooting.
Yeah,
shooting the day after the election. But
question for you: what city do you think has the best food?
Like in the nation?
Yeah.
Chicago.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Chicago.
You're wrong. It's not good.
Delicious.
That's because you're from Ohio.
Well, the Midwest in general has great food, and a lot of people sleep on it.
Oh my gosh, it does not. The Midwest, after living
Midwest
here
has
for the
the
last
best
4
pizza.
years. What? After being here for the last 4 years, I can absolutely thank you.
I've never been to New Orleans.
New Orleans has the best food in this
I've never
country.
been.
New Orleans has the best food in this country.
Well, that's not fair.
Culinary capital, Texas, mainly Houston. Exactly. In that order. NOLA.
I've never been in Texas.
NOLA, then Houston. Chicago might make the top.
I like
5.
Chicago food.
Chicago food bland once you go to the other places, man. I'm telling you. New Orleans, just get some red beans from
Doesn't have good food.
who?
California.
They have the worst. I was gonna say LA has never impressed me culinary wise.
Like I could just cook at home.
San Fran has never impressed me. Oh hey Wix, what's up, girl? But
no, I have New Orleans on my list specifically for food. I'm certain my mind will change. I've just never been.
Please go to New Orleans
because seafood is like literally my favorite food.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, you don't even need to see, but just get some red beans and rice.
I don't like red beans.
You think you don't until you have it down there.
Fair.
I said that too. I was like, red beans and rice don't do it for me. Go down now. Nola, they give you a snapper stuffed with crab with shrimp, Cajun sauce on top.
We know you know Jaron.
And no, he not lying. They give you so much food for so little money.
Jaron knows everything about everything. He knows.
Look, Kristen's saying just go to eat, Janelle. Hey,
that's all I'm going for.
Congratulations on your wedding, Alicia. Congratulations on your wedding. It was very nice.
Get married.
We love here.
We do.
But what that's so greedy to know the whole menu. He sure did. But like their culinary stuff down there, and it doesn't seem pretentious. You ever go to some culinary restaurants, you feel like they just doing this just so they can jack the price up? Like the taste ain't even there.
I want like good seasoning, like mouth watering.
Like New Orleans, you go get you a grenade and a half. Don't go past it.
What's a grenade and a half?
It's a drink. It's shaped like a grenade. And that's all right. Actually, Janelle, drink 3 and then let's get on the show. I would love that, Janelle. Yeah. See them grenades, they taste good. They like swizzle. You remember swizzle from Bermuda? They like swizzle. You drink the swizzle.
And then the next thing you know.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden them colors start fading, you start seeing sounds, and then it'd be over. It'd be over.
You start what?
You start seeing sounds. You ever had that, that moment when you realize you're drunk?
Oh, yes.
But you know how you like when you drink tequila and stuff, you gradually get to the point you're like, oh, I'm starting to get there. Oh, I'm starting to get there. No, with this joint, it'd be like, and then everything goes away, and you'd be like, oh, I'm in the grenade. I'm in the grenade ditch now. And you can't get out. It's like Kool-Aid, yep, and they have you gone. But it's not like super sweet either. It's just like
everyone always tells me I just become very polite when I'm drunk. Like I'm very much a lady. Y'all know that.
But speaking of things that we don't love, y'all, it's been a week. It's been 1 week since the election, and we didn't get a chance to talk about it very much. And I don't want to harp on it because I know a lot of people are still grieving,
literally,
for what has happened. Me too, Janelle. I'm extra nice, too damn friendly. Wait a minute.
But then I can also become very mean. Depending on it, like if I don't know you, I become very protective of the people around me.
So Trevor, you like, oh, who this girl looking at you, Trevor? Trevor,
please.
Do you know her, Trevor? Let's introduce ourselves.
No, not like that. I'm saying like even if we was out and someone got smart with you, and I was drunk, I would.
Marcus, did you hear what she said? No, I didn't, Janelle. I'm gonna tell you what she said. Let's go talk to her right now. Now the fact Howard lost, I need 6 months to heal. Howard
lost what?
He said, I got with the fact Trump won in 20 minutes. I got now the fact that Howard lost, I need 6 months to heal. But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. I was not surprised. I knew this was gonna be the outcome. I didn't think she was gonna get her. First of all, I made these cute little banners, so we're gonna push one up there.
Show your work. Show your work. I don't support any of it.
Kamala got cooked, and Trump
$300 worth of Howard. I'm sorry.
Not that you're keeping receipts over there, brother.
The thing is that I know he did. Like he's not lying at all.
Yeah, I mean, I was on my American gangster arrogance. Don't talk to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but no. I was not surprised. I knew she was going to lose. Yeah. And I just didn't expect her to lose all the swing states. But by golly, he spanked her. And what was it? The final count, 312 to 223 or something like that. Like it was over in the first 2 hours of the night. I was first of all, she should have chose the governor of Pennsylvania as her running mate. I don't know why she chose Tim Walz.
I liked him.
Oh, he can be nice, everything, but he's not gonna get you any votes. Like he's not gonna get you any votes with people. The man can't debate. He made JD Vance look good. I mean, it was bad from the top down. Once I saw him get to like the 185 point and she was still in the low 40s with her count, I was like, all right, she's gonna have a hard time, and if she can make it up at all. And once Pennsylvania started looking the way it looked, I was like, yeah. And then Georgia was like, it was over. With that being said, there were some surprises, like North Carolina elected a Democratic governor.
Thank you, God.
Which shows that people can differentiate.
It's a purple state.
People can say, all right, obviously that Mark Robinson should not be our governor after what he did.
Well, I would hope that anybody.
Yeah. But that didn't. But it showed. What it showed me was something very intriguing.
What?
Intriguing. People can split the ticket unless it's a woman.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that was the only? Well, I'll wait till it's my turn. I think it's more than that.
I think you can boil it down to that in a sense, but I also think there's a few other things. I think the biggest problem the Democratic Party has right now, in my opinion, is your most popular person was 3 presidencies ago. You have not cultivated any new stars for the party. The stars you do have, like AOC and Jasmine Crockett,
they ain't said nothing.
But the problem with them is they have no chance of winning a presidency ever. They're the party, and I hate to say this at the risk of people not understanding what I mean by it, it's way too far left.
Yes, and they're weak.
It's way too far left, and they're splintering.
Try to be too nice.
Yeah, they're trying to accommodate everybody instead of the people who actually vote and are actually their base. One thing that I thought should have happened, and I'm sorry, Janelle, I'm taking the time to break this, but I want to break it down like this. Biden should have run on a one-term deal. He should have said, I'm going to be president for 4 years, and then my successor is going to be somebody that got most votes. He should not have ever chose Kamala to be his VP. I'm sorry to say that, but he shouldn't have. When she was in the primaries, no one voted for her. So when this all went down and Biden was pretty much forced out, they were like, you can't do it. Like, you forced out. The reason Biden won the presidency in 2020 is because he was center line. He wasn't too far right like the radicals and the Trump-isms, and he wasn't so far left with all the other stuff that people couldn't vote for him. He was very middle of the line. He was like, okay, we can live with this. Mm-hmm. And then when you get to this point and you put Kamala on a stage with only 100 days, so kudos for her to getting over the 200 limit with 100 days of campaigning. That's amazing. But you put up a candidate that nobody wanted. Nobody voted for her in the primaries when it was an open primary and everybody could vote for who they wanted. She garnered nothing. And now you're asking her to save the party from your president who was too old to do the job.
Asking her to save. I'm so glad you said that.
And Black women always seem to find themselves in this position. So I feel like they did not change. They did not put. First of all, it was unfair to put her in that position. Yeah. And also they didn't give her his campaign team. So she had to form a campaign team on the spot, basically, to do it. And well, that was literally the point that Biden put her as a VP. And I get that. That's why he did it. I mean, she's still the highest, female ever in office, period, as a Black woman. So I'm proud of her. But this show, he was supposed to. When he was supposed to be
something about my precious Mrs. Michelle Obama. That woman is living her best life. Yeah. And I'm begging Kamala to look. I don't care if she ain't gonna be nothing no more. Can you please add a print to your blazer? Can you please get a box braid?
No, but she can't. Here you go. I ain't heard you all day. Hey, what's up? That's Marley. Charlie. I was gonna call. There's a dog named Marley down the hall, and there's a dog named Charlie behind me. So everybody rhyme.
Really cliche names.
Yeah. But no, Kamala can't do that because she has to play it safe. You gotta play it safe when you're in her position. You can't do anything. I mean, you saw how they raved when Obama wore a tan suit. Like you can't do that.
Oh, I just be thinking about like those days were not perfect, but they were good, man.
Okay, the hot sauce in the bag comment though. Hey Don, the hot sauce in the bag comment. So I flew Hillary multiple times. She does keep hot sauce in her bag though, and that was not a lie, but it was just so. Why would you release it now? Kind of a thing that it was just weird. It was like it's true, but Michelle Obama could win. She'd be the only
I
black woman I
actually
think that could
Michelle
win.
Obama would definitely do much. I don't know if she would win, but she would come way closer than Kamala, Madam VP Kamala.
Yeah, and exactly that's what I'm saying. Don, same thing. Michelle didn't start wearing those braids and stuff until after she was very late. You can't do that.
I was just being funny, but it really was killing me that she only wore like straight colored suit and a white blouse. My gosh.
This dog is on one tonight. She is on one. But
I can't deal with dogs that be barking. I don't know how.
Yeah, my dog. See black dogs. Anyway, but so we break that down. Let's break down
Bush
some of them.
Loved Michelle. That's why he gave her the African American Museum
and gave her that candy.
I was there when they were signing the papers.
He gave her that candy at the funeral. He's like, yeah, "You want some candy?"
That was so cute. Can we find that?
Yeah, exactly, Don. It was convenient. She mentioned the hot sauce at the Breakfast Club. That was a bad choice to do.
It was also right after Beyonce had dropped that song. Like it was very. Just you ain't gotta say nothing to black people. Just don't talk to us no more.
But she was always known for liking spicy foods. So she.
I love me a good spicy food too, but you don't see me walking. I'm not gonna.
Let me break down this race. So let's break down the race by sex, if possible. We're gonna break down the race by sex. So in white men, 39% of white men voted for the Democrats, 59%. 59% voted for Trump. So white men. About where we expected. That's expected. That is expected. Someone's either robbing me or I got a ghost problem. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why. Haven't heard her all day, and now all of a sudden she wants to talk to everybody. But so because that dog is
really it is.
Really, and I'm sorry, y'all. I absolutely apologize. I hope y'all can bear with me through it.
One day I want you to take the computer to the door and just be like, I'm trying to do a pod.
Yeah. Like, yeah. White women, 40. Now this is now everybody wants to always blame black men and say we let it down.
Put a pin in that. Read the stat first. Put a pin in that. Because
white women.
I'm on your side with that. I'm on your side.
White women.
Y'all, we gotta start jumping them.
47% of white women voted for the Democrats, voted for Harris. 52% voted for Trump.
When they talk about girl power, no.
52% of you.
No.
52% of white women listen to what this man said and voted for them anyway, which tells me anyway. Well,
it tells a lot.
Now, the next stat is black men with an error margin of 5%. Black men, 78% voted for the Democratic Party.
Yes,
78%.
All right, y'all. Now calm down.
20% voted Republican, 2%.
Granted, we're going to find them and jump in too. We're going to find them.
Now, do I think that 20%? Yeah, but 78%, that is great. Black women. Black women. Michelle would have been a good candidate because she has political experience, law expertise, but she's relatable. It's like looking up to your auntie. That's famous. She would have gotten a minority. But the problem with Michelle running is the backlash from the right would be so huge that they would turn out in great numbers to make sure she didn't make it.
I would be scared they would try to honestly really hurt her.
They hate Obama so bad that they hate the Obamas.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So that would be my only
thank you, Jaron. Thank you. I agree with that.
Some there are still black people who voted for racism. Higher. Oh, I agree, Jaron. The people who didn't vote, we can't give them that much attention, even though We just got to stop feeding them because they want us to feed in it so they can get on this high moral horse they think they're riding when they're really riding a little donkey.
Just leave.
Yeah. If you don't
like
understand,
those are the people I feel y'all be like, you can go back.
And y'all sound ignorant because they'll be the same people like, oh, my community they ain't doing no money in my community.
You're not voting.
Your votes and allocating votes to certain laws and precedences, that's what gives you money in your community. That is how the government decides what you get. But
it's
that
also
in census
not
records,
just a presidential vote.
But
we're talking about your local community. That's the part they're skipping out on as well, and it's really frustrating.
Exactly, Don. She wouldn't do it if they proposed it. But yeah, black women. Let me get back to that. Black women with a margin of 7%. 92% of black women voted for Kamala Harris. 7%
we understood
Trump.
The assignment. And
this is the one. This is the other one, other than the white woman one, that burns me up.
What you about to say?
Latino men.
Whew.
With an error margin of 6%, 44% voted for Kamala Harris, 54% for Donald Trump.
Deport them all.
I didn't say that.
I said it. Build the wall. Take my taxes. That's where I'm at. Because y'all done pissed me off.
I like that, Jaron. Not voting is like having cancer and refusing chemo. Like, yes.
And let me tell you something. You don't want to do that.
But don't you want to fight? You don't want to try? You don't want to race to the grave? Like,
come on now. That's a word there.
I feel like it's literally, they have somehow been able to make Latin Americans believe that they are closer to whiteness than black people. And I feel like after watching this man disrespect your culture, your community over and over again,
in our face, right in our face,
betray you, tell you he's gonna start the largest deportation in history, when you know your abuela is up there sitting in the kitchen right now, undocumented, and having family in San Antonio. I don't understand. First of all, let me
clear to the front of the class as well. We have questions.
Let me also say this. I don't understand why y'all think these undocumented people are costing you so much money. Because guess what? The ones that are working, they pay taxes. Do you know how much revenue we're gonna lose by getting rid of them? Go look it up. And they're doing the jobs you don't want to do.
So I was going to say, this is when that Kelly Osbourne quote, granted she was really out of pocket for saying it, but a lot of people don't realize, a lot of the immigrants come here to make money and send it back to their family and then go back. They don't plan to stay here forever.
So Don said they stay wanting to be higher on the oppression Olympics above black people.
Let me tell you something. And if y'all let them say the N-word, I'm beating y'all behinds too. Cut them off.
And so they make a lot of money. We make a lot of money in taxes, and so they do a lot of the jobs that we don't want to do. And I'm not saying this in any bad way to anybody that might be of Hispanic descent. Listeners, I love Hispanic people. I grew up around them. I don't have. You
sounding real.
But
I love Hispanic people.
I do. I'm
just saying.
And I'm saying Hispanic because I can say Mexicans. I can say Puerto Ricans. Oh, I don't. I love. Yeah. No. Love it. Love the culture. Love everything about it.
That's why it makes
my only problem is this is why this upsets me, because the policies that are coming forth will hurt you.
That's okay.
But me and my people are not saving y'all no more.
No.
Because what's about to happen is, so a lot of these undocumented people, they come to California, they come to New Mexico, they come to Arizona, they come to Texas. They work out in these fields, picking the lettuce, picking all that. So when your prices, no, I'm just saying, they pick the strawberries, lettuce, strawberries, blueberries, avocados, all these things that we're growing out here that you can't pick by machines because they're too fragile to pick. They're doing it in oppressive situations and keeping the cost at the grocery store down. Send them back if you want to. When Becky's salad now costs $22 at McDonald's, then get mad about it. Because that's what's about to happen. And then you got Elon Musk out here buying votes practically, and no one's saying anything about it. The only reason Trump wanted to be president is because he knows a sitting president can't be charged with federal crimes. So he gets 4 years of peace away from the court system. And today a judge blocked sentencing for him. So there's that. You have Hispanic blood as well. Yes. That's my oldest brother, Jay. I do. Yes. So
it's your fault.
Not my people.
You're funny.
No. So Jaren says America was built on freedom, stealing and rape from immigrants, Europeans that came over and stole from natives. So why are we fighting immigration policy? Exactly. But see, we're not fighting the immigration. It's not immigration that's the problem. It's brown and black people that's the problem, because they know by 2050, a study says that we're all going to be brown. And they are scared of that prospect.
That all their 15-year-old daughters are on their hands and knees.
Ma'am. You shut your mouth. All right. However, we need to be mindful of the real who is doing the work and who's ignorant of the impacts that are being made. Absolutely.
No, really, that is a serious conversation. The amount of people who don't know anything about anything and they're voting scares me.
Google showing the algorithm. People asking, is it too late to change my vote? You can't. Well, we need to do better in civics. But Jay sent me something that happened, and it's been going around apparently. It's a text message that has been going around, and this is the America that we've issued in. And the text reads, "You have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready at 6 a.m. sharp.
I should not be laughing.
No personal belongings needed. Our executive slaves, they have classes for slaves. Our executive slaves will be,
y'all couldn't come up with nothing else.
Yeah, could come get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be searched down upon your arrival to the plantation. You are in Plantation C. Text 88022 for more information. Thank you." This is where we at.
But what's crazy is
this is where
they got what they wanted. Trump became president, and they still were like, Black people are still on our mind. Brown people are still on our mind. We're not going to celebrate. We literally are so heavily focused on them.
And for people who thought that Project 2025 was a joke, those same people who wrote it are about to be right back where they were. And he literally said it. What's his name? That super racist white dude. I forget his name. But anyway, he gets on there. He's like, yeah, your body, my choice.
Saw he's like being eviscerated on the internet.
Oh yeah,
I love it. It's so satisfying.
But I'm interested to see who all gonna be there picking cotton. Who all over there? But let me say this too, and I want to be very clear about this. If your stance on this whole thing was the abortion issue, stop claiming you're Christian. You're not. Because if you're going to look at one sin and then forgive this man for adultery, lying, stealing.
Do they know how many abortions Trump has had?
Like, come on.
Do they know how many abortions Trump has paid for?
And then second, you're not pro-life. So shut up. Because if you were pro-life, kids would have free lunches at schools all across this country. Homeless people would have adequate shelters, and you would stop building infrastructure in the cities that don't allow homeless people to sit down on park benches or sleep and putting up those spikes under bridges. If you were pro-life, the adoption rate would be higher in the United States. If you were pro-life, all kids in the foster care system would have somewhere to sleep tonight, and they'd be under your roof. If you have done none of those things, you are not pro-life. You are pro-birth. You are pro-babies being born, and that's it. Mm-hmm. With no plan to take care of them. Since you're so Christian, but you're not doing your part. If you're pro-life, you love them when they're in prison. You love them when they're poor. You love the children who can't pay for school lunches, and you pay it for them. You do those things because that's what God tells us to do. But you don't do any of that. You're not pro-life. You're pro-birth. birth. And just say that.
They won't.
Because the first thing when someone has 5 kids, oh, she's out there being fast and just having babies and we're on the welfare system. Well, you don't want her to abort the kid. So what do you want? What do you want? If that was your stand on this presidency on this race, shame on you. Because everything that we learned about being decent human beings, this man has exhibited and shown that he does not care. And y'all still said, that's fine with me. And I'm just confused. Nick Fuentes, that's his name. Yeah. And his last name is Fuentes. Anyway, if you were pro-life, we'd stop giving bailouts to companies that poison minority communities, like killing people, and yet abortion is the stance. Exactly. They're pro-choice when their precious daughter gets knocked up accidentally. Yeah, when Daquan be sitting in there like, I'm the pappy. Then y'all got a problem.
Or when they daddy.
Janelle. We're going to get demonetized.
It's actually a real thing in my state. You can look it up.
It is.
It's a serious issue down here.
What up, Sands? I
said my state. Ew.
It's your state now. I mean,
it's not.
That's where you at. But yeah, no, I wasn't shocked. It did take me a while to just breathe in to realize, yep, this is the country I thought it was. And that's the thing. This is the country I thought it was. You remember that coach? What was his name? Cornell. He was like, "They are who we thought they were." He got mad because he got beat. You ain't seen that clip? Back in like 2005, the Arizona Cardinals were playing the Bears, and the Bears ended up going to the Super Bowl that year. But the Cardinals had them on the ropes the whole game. Then in the fourth quarter, the Bears just stormed back and won. And he's in the conference, and they're like, "Who do you think this Bears team is?" Someone asked him a stupid question. He's like, "They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook." And like he just goes off. It's like one of the greatest coaching rants ever. But go look it up. That's exactly what I thought in that moment. So I'm anxious to see what happens though after these next 4 years. I'm anxious to see what the Republican Party turns into after him, because the great thing about this is we'll never have to hear from him again. If we can just make it through this, as the old folks say, keep on keeping on for 4 more years. But black women, take a load off. Y'all sit down. Y'all sit down. Fellas, black men who are down for the cause, y'all sit down too. And let's sit back. We've tried to, be with our brown skin family for everything. We've tried to ride with them and try to, be with them. But they didn't ride with us. When they saw everything that Project 2025 was going to do to our community, they didn't ride with us. So when ICE starts showing up in these communities and stuff, and I'm not inciting violence, I'm not trying to support it, but
they're over there.
I don't want to hear no complaining.
Over there. I'll listen. I'll drive them for you at this point.
Yeah. Westmore 2028. Possible. That would be nice, actually. But the problem is Maryland's last governor couldn't even win his. Oh, shout out to the 2 black people of the week. Shout out to the senators from Delaware and from Maryland being the first 2. Both of them were the first black women from their state. Yes. I think the one from Maryland is the first black person, period, to be a senator from Maryland. So awesome job to them. I wish I have their names on there. One is Delta, and the other one's in. I think maybe SG. But anyway, congratulations to them. And they're the first time ever that 2 black women are in the Senate at the same time. So that is
there were small wins from this.
Yeah, some small wins. There were some good things that happened. So I love to see that. But yep, Trump's back in, and we will see how that goes on January. But notice nobody stormed the Capitol this time. Nobody stormed the Capitol. Nobody killed any police officers.
I don't even know how someone will have energy to do that. Like, you must not have a job. You must be unemployed.
Anyway, let's move on to something that's not as divisive and stuff. Something we can talk about tonight. Let's see. What was it?
The marriage one.
The marriage one. Yeah, I couldn't find the post. First of all, there was a poll too on Facebook. I wanted to talk about with that topic about the presidency. I asked everybody, when do we think we were going to see a female president? And options were next election cycle, within the next 10 years, within the next 20 years, not in my lifetime. And it was actually a 50-50 split. So 50% think within the next 10 years. So really, that's the next election, really, unless they both serve 4 years. And then the next one said, not in my lifetime. So it was split to that one. And a lot of people who said that were young, who said not in their lifetime.
I feel why they would feel like that.
And your mom voted that. Mama Higgins said that.
But not in her lifetime?
Not in her lifetime. She gonna live to be 110. She'll get there.
She probably wouldn't want to live to let be that.
She gonna see it. She gonna see it. But no, so that's what everybody was saying. So, and I love that the election was rigged the whole time until they were. Oh man, that was the thing. They were already saying that Pennsylvania was cheating right when the voting took off. They were like, "Oh, we saw ballots being thrown in the trash." Then Trump was like, "Oh, it's fair so far," and then it's, "Oh yeah, we knew we had it in the bag." Like, shut up. But they didn't have Russian interference that was validated the day of election, or did Democrats just concede without at least looking into it? I think what I will applaud the Democratic Party for, even if they do feel that way, they know it's not going to do the country any good to do that.
To do what? Interfere?
To start saying, oh, interference and all that stuff, because it's just going to continue to sow more doubt in the voting process. So it's going to hurt them in the long run to do that.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in 2020 to the Republicans when they lost to Biden. They were always saying this was unfair, that was like, it hurts you in the long run. And then nobody can govern, and then nothing happens good for the people. So as the Bible says, we'll pray for our leaders and hope for the best, but also I'm taking a break. Just taking a break. What happens, and y'all voted for this. Remember, I'm gonna go to this one next. We'll talk about that one last, but let's talk about this one. Secrets in a marriage. Janelle, you married? You have been married for what, about
8 years?
8 years, yeah. Feels like forever. Y'all just been together. It's like but like the good kind of forever, where it's not getting old. It's just getting better with age. Y'all like fine wine over there.
Thank you.
Taking y'all kids to soccer and all that stuff. Can't wait till him to get you that minivan. I just can't wait. Can't wait for it. But Black Panther Party in 2028. I would like to see a third party just finally come up that is more.
There is a Black Panther Party, but it's very much unorganized. Like, the website is awful. It's
like Alex's house. Oh, I was still thinking Love Is Blind. Sorry. My bad. But yeah, secrets in a marriage. So this post came up, and I wanted to ask everybody here tonight, and it's a good bit of y'all tonight, so I appreciate it. I want to ask y'all how y'all felt about this. And Janelle, you can go first since you're the married one. So the lady posted this. My husband works, and I am a stay-at-home mom. He's the most unselfish person I know. I handle all the finances, and he has never said or acted like it was his money. It's always our money. Anyway, he is upset with me because I found out I had a bank account. He found out I had a bank account he knew nothing about. I've been making money online and keeping it from him. She don't say how.
Yeah, that was weird.
He says that his problem is not that I've been making money online, so it could have been something too bad, but that I kept it from him in the event of divorce someday. He said that women keeping a stash of hidden money in case the marriage fails is like a man keeping a side chick in case the marriage fails, and we both need to be all in or nothing. My mom raised me to have a secret stash that my husband doesn't know about. Is this wrong? Is my husband right? Janelle.
In this specific situation, her husband is correct. Specifically by the way that she described him. He's the most unselfish, the most loving. His money is my money, and vice versa. She can't say it's our money if you're not telling him. I don't think there's anything wrong with her having a stash, but with the way that she described from the beginning, I feel like she contradicted herself. As far as secrets in a marriage in general, one thing I have learned is you don't have to tell your spouse everything. Like, I don't need to tell Trevor every single feeling, every single thought. But if there is something that could negatively impact us, impact him, or something that could be impacting me, he should know. And you should not keep it from them. Secrets just cause a lot of obstacles.
Yeah. So I want to keep it on the money line about what she's talking about. We need to first understand the trauma of where that keeping a stash of money came from. A lot of that stemmed from back in the day when women couldn't work, and the man had a vice grip on the family, and it's basically he could be abusing the mess out of you, do whatever he wanted, and you just had to go with it because divorce wasn't an option back then, and so sometimes you had to just get up and leave. And that's why women started doing the shoebox money thing. Like, that's where that comes from. Now, I do agree. Like, if I was to have a daughter, I do need to teach you, to make sure you have your own and that kind of stuff. But for me, when it comes to marriage, especially if this man is doing what you said, he's always paying for everything. He's always making sure you feel like this is your money too, that y'all are a team. You need to know who you're marrying. And if you're this scared, one, have a prenuptial agreement, or two, don't get married. If you're marrying this guy and he's doing everything like this, and you're still feeling like at some point this is going to end and it's going to, do you not know who you married? Like, that'd be my concern. Like, do you not feel like safe and comfortable with this man yet? Because if that's the case, I feel like you need some therapy, you need to heal, or you need to do something. Because if I was this guy and something happened and like I had to work extra hard to pay it off or something like that, and then I somehow found a bank statement or some slip with finding out you had money that you could have helped with, I'm blowing the roof off the house. I'm gonna be mad as hell. Not because you got money on the side. I don't have a problem with you having money on the side. But the fact that you didn't tell me and you let me go through some things, or money we could have talked about using and investing in some other ways, and you didn't tell me, and you didn't trust me enough to handle that.
I agree with Dawn's comment. I don't think it's out of fear. I think that especially in today's time, and even with my experiences prior to Trevor, like, I'm a firm believer you can't put nothing past nobody, even your own spouse. If a person decides to change their mind, they have every right to do that. Again, I still think it should be known, like, hey, I do have my own savings account or whatever, but I don't necessarily think it's out of fear. I do think it's more so out of just being smart about life. And it might not even be anything could happen. Honestly, anything could happen.
I don't have a problem with separate. Yeah, I don't have a problem with separate accounts. I have a problem with the fact that you state your vows and you say all that, and then you hiding stuff still. Like, get a prenuptial agreement or whatever you need to make yourself feel safe that if this is to end, we go our separate ways and we don't take from each other. But I feel like if a guy said if a guy said, "Oh, I'm just stashing some money in case we get a divorce," like, that don't ride the same way. I feel like it's kind of a double standard. I agree with you in the fact that secrets, period, in any relationship, just they're gonna come out. Like, they always come out. Someone's gonna find out. And just me as a guy, if I found out that my wife had some money that could have helped in some other ways, done something like that, and she chose to just keep it to herself just in case we divorce, my thing is, I got no plan. If I'm married to you, I have no plans on leaving you as long as we good. As long as we're good. And if we've been good and I find out you still been holding out and you couldn't tell me that, to me, it's gonna make me wonder, like, what else is going on that I don't know about? The fact that you couldn't come to me and you saying you want to spend your life with me, but you couldn't tell me about this, what else might you not be telling me about? Secrets that are kept hitting just give room for someone to believe there's more secrets. And that's what I feel like. You're starting a slippery slope. And there might not be anything else, but you're giving the impression that now I know you're not completely open and honest with me. And now I'm wondering what else I don't know about. That would be my fear. Let me read some of these comments. I went to marriage counseling and a couple said, your money is your money and our money is for the bills. You should have separate accounts. However, you should be transparent and disclosing. And money is the biggest cause of divorces. So that's why I feel like that should definitely be out on the table. There's another account, but you don't have to tell them how much. Okay. Yeah, there's no need to keep that on the low. And Don agrees with you. Here's a secret I wonder, Janelle, how would you feel if, and Trevor would never do this. Trevor would never do this. I just want to preface that.
Tell him that. I'm kidding.
Oh, I hope I shouldn't have to. What would you do if you found out that your significant other had, a female friend, and they said, with their best friend, they was just like, this is my home girl. We've always been cool. You found out they had a 5-year relationship, like they were actually dating, but he never told you because, he still wanted to be cool, wanted to be friends with her. And he probably felt like that, if he told you that, you probably wouldn't be okay with it. How would you feel about that?
What part of my monthly phase am I in? If that's
Can
so Trevor and I don't necessarily, we talk about past relationships casually, like it's not a secret, like something may just be like, oh, make us think about like a past time with our ex and we want to talk some shit or something like that. We're very like free when it comes to a lot of things. I would ask him like, why would you not think to tell me? One thing I'm learning is that you have to give people a chance to explain themselves. You have to be quiet and give them a chance to explain themselves. Now, if he responded with some BS, that's a different story. But if he was just like, I just didn't think I need to tell you, I don't know. I don't think I would be really angry. I mean, we've been married for 8 years. I'd be like, oh, well, okay. I don't necessarily care about his exes. How would you react?
Well, my other question to that is, do you care if your husband is friends with his exes?
I honestly don't. I know of one ex that he's not friends with, but I honestly don't know if Trevor's friends with any of his exes. I am not. But I'm the type of person that like when it's over, it's over. But I believe that people can date and then it'd be like it didn't work and we're friends if it's respectful. I mean, we're grown, we in our mid-30s. I have no reason not to trust you unless you give me a reason not to trust you. I would be fine with that. Unless they like hanging out behind my back and like that'd be weird.
What about y'all in the chat? Can y'all be friends with your exes? Can your significant other be close with one of their exes, and you think that's okay? For me, I feel like I got to meet the individual.
Yeah.
I need to meet the individual. It can't be one of those people that be texting you all the time and I've never laid eyes on them. Like that's not gonna fly.
I agree.
Like they call you, we be out and stuff like that, but I still ain't met them. If you gonna be cool, we gonna be cool. Mm-hmm. Like I need to meet this individual. I need to lay eyes on them. I need to give them that handshake, that dap, because there's a thing that men transfer when we dap up, and it's all up here. It's up here, and you bring it in, and you get close, and you give each other the eye now. I'm letting you in this space right now because it's valuable to her. I don't care about you. But because you're important to her, you're going to have to be important to me right now. Don't mess this up because I'll make you regret it. And that's what's happening in that. Someone said, is it glitching?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's weird.
Instagram or whoever, nobody ever wants us to be great.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see if I do this. Okay, let's try this. Hold on. Copy. Sorry, y'all. We're gonna fix that stream for y'all. Public. And then we're gonna fix that right now. But anyway, our should have, yeah. So if y'all are with us on YouTube, just give us a thumbs up right now, and we will start back with the conversation, and then we should be good to go. There we go. All right. So that Instagram feed should be back up for you guys if you prefer to be over there. But if you are with us in YouTube, we definitely appreciate y'all. YouTube is crystal clear. That's crazy. And Instagram be trying, but that's why we try to go to multiple places so y'all can make sure that y'all are here. Sorry about that. But what were we talking about? I was just saying that so you asked me if you know, my significant other could be friends with their ex. I don't have a problem with it if I've met the individual and they understand that I'm here and that you need to respect this relationship. I don't care what y'all ever had. I don't care about none of that, but that's in the past. And y'all ain't gonna be alone together. That's just not gonna happen. And sit on that love seat over there. We on the couch over here. Like you ain't gotta be near us. You don't need to be texting her. I don't care if you text her, but after work hours, that's it. She in the house, we in the house. You ain't in our phones. Period. Like, there's nothing that y'all need to be talking about after 7 p.m. Like, period. Like, so just respect the house rules and we'll be good on that. But yeah, for y'all in the chat, can y'all significant others be cool with exes and stuff? That's what we were asking. Is that okay with y'all? What are the boundaries there?